only a game. Why you have to be mad?
We are going to play a game, and I will preface this that I do not condone the ideals of this author. I just want to be a fucking wizard, and I want to play my wizard game that made my childhood worth living and the adventures that I went on with my friends. And I'm gonna be a fucking wizard. And we're gonna enjoy this fucking game. And I will not be bullied by a bunch of Twitter freaks with nothing better to do with their goddamn lives. Be nice to people. If you want to make changes, go make actual changes instead of harassing streamers on the internet. LGBT people are awesome. Twitter people are not awesome. Fuck you. Wizard game!
Hello chat, how you guys doing? This is what, like the 4th stream about this nonsense? Like, at stream number 3 I thought this was just gonna wrap up, be over. They made her cry once, then they would probably, you know, be happy that they were victorious, and they were fucking happy that they were victorious in making her cry. So much so that I even prepared a small presentation about it. Because Jesus Christ, like, one fucking game. I can't believe one singular fucking game has caused such a fucking shitstorm in the English VTuber community. Like, a singular thing, like, a person could be fucking murdered and would cause less of a stir-up than this did. God damn. Like you can quote me on this. Hopefully no one gets murdered, but on the off chance that they do, like, quote me on this. Like, they'll activate themselves less when someone gets murdered, instead of, you know, this nonsense. Like, my brain is broken. I don't know what else to say. Other than the fact that even if I go to Twitter right now, that shit is still going on. Like, it didn't end whatso fucking ever. It just keeps going and going. And I don't know when it's gonna stop. It seems like it, you know, it's gonna end pretty soon, but it just keeps on getting worse and worse. And I don't really know how else to encompass it, but just, you know, by talking about it. But since you know, some of you guys I see are new here, but probably not new to this whole controversy, I'll give you a quick rundown what has happened since the last time we I mean, from the beginning to the current date, what has been happening. So, first of all, Hogwarts Legacy comes out. The shitstorm is already going on because people are saying the game supports J.K. Rowling, she's evil, transphobic, and so are you for playing the game and supporting her. Simple start to understand. Pikami wants to play the game. She gets bullied and doesn't play the game. She disappears, doesn't reappear at all. Like, since like the 8th or the 9th of February, Pikami is gone. Gets bullied because of that shit. Following that event, Silvervale decides to play Hogwarts Legacy 2. She plays it. A day passes, and some Twitter activists notice that, go to her Twitter and say how disappointed they are by using the same tactics of, oh, how disappointed I am in you that you support a game that kills trans people. I'm so disappointed in you. I liked you, and you know, all of that guilt tripping nonsense that have been doing to people, and much worse from that point onwards. Moving on from that, Silvervale blocks one of these people because they're obnoxious. And then it's also discovered that the word trans has been picked up by one of her automods in the Twitch chat, and a whole shitstorm starts because of that too. People keep saying that she hates trans people, she discriminates because the word is banned. A whole debacle on that front starts, is that the word got picked up automatically. Some people don't believe it. One guy goes and types in her chat, "Trans rights are human rights," and this time mods pick it up and time out the guy. And this was their proof of Silvervale and her mods being transphobic and just silencing trans voices in her community. But it's a huge fucking stretch when someone comes to your stream and just says politically charged shit and feels that it's an appropriate time to do so. But yeah, this was their gotcha. And then people keep mentioning that stuff on Twitter. It starts a huge discussion, which I went over on the last stream. And then Silvervale makes a stream in which she cries for like almost 40 minutes straight. And basically says that all of that stuff is either accidental or she didn't know, and she just wanted to play a game, basically. And she doesn't feel very well with what has happened. She has been harassed. Some of her friends have been doxxed. She apparently also has been doxxed according to her, and this whole thing was basically a huge fucking tragedy for her. And so we have arrived at the current point. It's like February 17th, I think, something like that. And clips of Silvervale crying have been circulating the internet for a while. And this is where my Twitter reading comes in. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Since I have so much material to go through today, I most likely will be skipping some of them, just looking for some of the more egregious ones, because again, there's a lot of people just repeating the same shit over and over again, and I want to avoid repeating myself and repeating these points as much as possible. So let's get into it, because time's a wasting. So this person is one of the first people to imply that Silvervale's whole stream where she cried was fake, and she kind of contradicts herself going along with all that stuff. You'll see in a moment as I read this. I do not agree with people sending death threats or doxing Silver. That's outright disgusting. Hold big creators accountable and criticize them all if you want. But that's a line you shouldn't cross, Sounds reasonable, right? But it gets worse. This is my final post about it, because I've said all I needed. Hard to feel bad about someone who ignored the community and valued a shitty wizard game over trans lives. Anyways, I don't feel bad for someone with a huge following getting called out for ignoring their community and cultivating a hateful following against LGBTQ plus folk. Your pockets aren't hurting and you don't care about marginalized communities. So you see, she doesn't condone bullying or harassment, but she's gonna contribute to it anyway. By picking a game plus franchise run by a TERF who openly stated that if you buy anything related to her franchise, she feels you agree with her bigotry, you are letting your community know that you are not a safe person. You pick the game over being an ally. And then you went live to bitch and moan to your echo chamber that you again cultivated by timing out anyone who questioned you, while making thousands of dollars in subs and donations. You very clearly do not care about the lives harmed through bigotry, and valuing merchandise over the safety of your community. You can do better, you're choosing not to. Anyway, fuck TERFs. You made your bait, go lay in it. So, once again, harassment, bullying, not okay, but it's okay when she does. Exactly. I literally asked someone to proof of this so-called doxing, and they literally just said, "Well, shit, she said she was doxed." That's great, but I'm not gonna believe someone trying to garner sympathy. Crying face. Literally, like, this is how the stream ended. This is so obviously a grab for pity and so cartoonish and funny to me. The very tactical off-camera sub with the sad music just makes it obvious, like... And this whole thing, as you can see, these are all quote retweets. Mostly quote retweets of that shit. And the moment I screenshotted this was like 1K. It got even bigger as time went on. I didn't capture most of these tweets because there were fucking hundreds of them. Like, at one point, like literally thousands of people just fucking mocking her for crying. This has to be the worst fake cry I've ever heard. There's something so funny about the curated sad music and the fake crying after she put up a horny ending stream art. Like, you can't be serious, gibberish. Gibberish full of glee. Me, when I'm a white woman. I would love to know the percent of VTubers under these companies are white women, because my prediction is 100% they're all white women with Japanese Duolingo on their phone. These motherfuckers are so fucking disrespectful, and this is just fucking outright racist. Like someone's skin fucking color comes into this equation for whatever fucking reason. VTubers being a construct in and themselves really just make this look so much more phony. I just skull emoji. It gets worse. It gets even worse when you realize she used Final Fantasy 1 music. Girl, I'm out. I also like how the crying is still in her fake ass anime voice too. That's her normal voice. Jack off. Like, it really fucking is. Like, I don't watch much Silvervale, but this is her normal fucking speaking voice. I mean, you know, have to keep piling out this shit. Are these doxers in the room with us right now? Nah, I'm sorry, I don't have anything silvery, but what actually is this? I'm actually as bad as she says. It couldn't have, as it is, couldn't have she just not played the game? Like, didn't she see how other streamers were being called out the same way? Oh, I'm sorry. You shouldn't have played it because you know there are people trying to bully others. So why didn't you fall in line? Why didn't you walk in lockstep with people bullying others? Like, these people, man. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be angry. Oh boy. And we just at the start of this shit. SpongeBob, when he got fired from the Krusty Krab, and there were like billions of fucking jokes like this, all regurgitated, like references to kids shows. Extra funny because in streaming software you can make it to where microphone is automatically off in certain scenes, so either one of the biggest streamers doesn't have an optimized setup, or this is obviously a shallow sympathy grab. Yeah, because, you know, an impromptu stream where someone vents their emotions is made to sound professional, and of course the person in distress will have everything figured out from start to finish. And, you know, they just think it's fucking calculated. These people don't stream, so, you know, how would they know? I think this is top 5 funniest video ever, B. Bro, you can't tell me that sub was real. It sounds like a joke laugh, LMAO. Her avatar still being all ooh, and the titties bouncing. I can't. Corpo VTubers are such a joke, man. It's so funny, LMAO. Like, this notion of, you know, Silver being in a corporation, being in an agency keeps on coming up. It's not like, you know, Silver hasn't been an indie that rose to prominence throughout many fucking years, like working her way pretty much from zero, but it doesn't really matter to them. And you know, the whole notion of Bishoujo being more about that prominent talent freedom and them just being able to do whatever they want. They think her being in any sort of company is an argument that they can use against her. I should become a VTuber using a potato as an Avi. Primal aspect model when? If I had good internet, I would defo. There's no way this is genuine, bro. Also, apparently there's zero evidence of the dogs. There's zero evidence motherfucker just made it up. You know, believe victims. This is why we always be proud to hate all company VTubers. Always gibberish the wrong people a platform. Cry harder, LMAO. She was harassed, dogs threatened, and encouraged to self-harm over a fucking video game, and somehow she's the vile one? You are not just vile, you are a vile, disgusting little worm. As anyone who agrees with your pathetic view, eat shit. This is something about Dummy Wolf. We're gonna get to Dummy Wolf, a very obnoxious person in this whole debacle. Yeah, her apology looked real sincere, especially that part where she chose one of the saddest songs from Final Fantasy XIV. Play in the background, cried after going offline, also deleted pro-trans messages initially. You're a fucking clone. Most of these things are fucking wrong, and as far as the playlist shuffle was, I think it was fucking randomized, but you know, what the fuck do I know? Hold up. Next one. This is an insult to the song from Final Fantasy XIV. Also, who's that and why? What did they do? Like, you're getting into discussion without even knowing who you're talking about. She's a VTuber called Silvervale. She played Hogwarts Legacy on stream, knowing the implications behind doing that, and they're freaked out when people started calling her morals into question. I keep seeing people say she was harassed, but I have seen no proof of that harassment. Wow, you're a full-blown dropped kid, huh? So, are you going to provide any proof of this harassment? Or are you just continuously going to insult people like these other people are right now? Me, when I play a game that I fully know people will hate me for, and people end up being slightly critical of me for it. Yeah, slightly critical is the constant gaslighting and telling you how you're fucking causing harm to people. I hate it when someone explains why I did something wrong, so I have to cry into my microphone while the animated pinup screen sits there jiggling. Me pretending to cry so my sister gives me the Nintendo Switch so I can play Fire Emblem. How did this motherfucker somehow make it seem like she's a victim, bro? Tried so hard to make us care. Trans people, if you played this game, we do not like you. Silvervale, I'm playing it anyway. Trans people, we do not like you. Silvervale. Again, doesn't matter that transgender people are in her community went and defended her almost immediately upon that stream and in her Discord server, but you know, got to make sure that these trans people think the same. No differing opinions allowed. It don't matter, still no excuse for death threats or bullying. The game doesn't hurt anyone, but you know, with all this shit right here, it's a tarnished reputation of the trans community. Throwing a violent temper tantrum over video game. Screw your purity test bullshit. These are the threats I showed on last stream. Basically, someone saying that Silvervale is gonna end up in a body bag, and that she's gonna die anyway. Me, when I get stressed because I gave money to transphobic women. So, you know, even pretty much justifying the death threats. Because, why not? I feel bad for laughing, but bro, come on, it's like a fucking bit, so it's so unserious. Gets criticized one, cries over jiggling titties. I don't give a fuck about what Silvervale did. I don't care if you play HL, but this apology is dog shit, bro. The fact that, you know, they label the video of explanation of what's going on and apology is really telling on where their mindset is. They really just want her to walk lockstep and just fucking give up the outrage mob. I laugh. Such pathetic behavior. Cry more, transphobe. What manipulative behavior? Like I was really like if I was really crying and was actually hurt, I'd stop the stream and go cry on my own. Also, I wouldn't fucking cry if someone said, "Hey, maybe don't play the anti-Semitic game made by a transphobe." VTubers need to be lobotomized. Her cartoon Minge hanging out in the background while she's crying because she got criticized for playing a game by an anti-Semite turf. Boo-hoo. Yeah, I refuse to believe this is real. It's so funny. The outro has me dying. Bye guys, look at this half-naked art of me. Help me, I'm laughing so hard. Kendall. I've been laughing at it for like 5 minutes now. It's so fucking funny for no reason. It's so funny. I can't stop laughing. God. This is one of the fakest cries I've ever heard. The fucking softcore hentai with physics makes it even funnier. LMAO. LMFAO. LMAO. Yeah, okay, I knew this was fishy. Princess Twilight Sparkle of Discord told her friends not to invite her to the weekend together. She's jealous and doesn't want to admit it. My god. These people are stuck in like some middle school attitude. I fake crying better than this ass joke, what the hell. I've been pretty quiet on this subject, but that's because I wanted to make fun of the game for looking like shit and not debate people's human rights. This fake controversy started by people that don't want their morals called into question or just want to cloud farm is ridiculous. Or maybe they wanted to play a game and be left alone. That's also a possibility. Look at the harassment in her stream. We do a little grifting. It's even worse when you see the recording of someone getting timed out for saying trans rights and none of the chat in the clip saying anything negative. Just overwhelming support for the stream chat. She really saw the clips of the couple getting harassed of their stream and thought, wow, I wish that were me. That'd be good for my career. Very dirty. Yucky. LMFAO. Oh, that was so intentional. When Finale tries to ban the word trap on her stream, she deserved to be pushed to a breakdown. She's the worst streamer in the world. When Silvervale gets unfollowed over streaming a transphobic game, people are so cruel. My heart aches for Silvervale. Well, Silvervale Finana tried to paint the word trap as you know, being transphobic and basically demonize people for using it. And then she got told off by people that it's really not it, and she's, you know, swinging very wide. These situations aren't comparable in the slightest. Because Silvervale isn't trying to paint anyone as anything at that point. Like, the VTuber community has made their stance on trans people extremely clear. Lol, the hypocrisy is astounding. Then they'll justify that Finana harassment by saying that they were mad about the educate yourself part of it. And any better on me? Yeah, she was also arrogant about it, thinking like she knew better than anyone else while insulting them at the same time. Better that they harassed someone to the point of breakdown over wording instead of their actions. You know, like why people are judging Silverdale, lol. I see a pattern. Somehow it's always incels attacking women who side with our queer people, but defending women who are against queer people. It's so much fucking reaching in this stream. When McDonald's gives me a toxic carbonated water instead of Sprite, which was the substitute for Dr. Pepper, real happened today. Guys, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to play the transphobic game. Anyway, thanks for all the money, and here are my boobs. I'm sick of these fake corpo VTubers. I'm done, seriously. It just feels like an armor where shitty people hide behind and feel comfortable to be horrible people. Because people will fall for a hot, sexy anime girl. I love VTubers, but you cannot use this as a shield for your horrible behavior. Like, fucking do anything. She really did it. And you as a fan need to understand that this is a real person behind it. They will be horrible, and they are not excluded from judgment just because their avatar is a sexy anime girl you jerk off to. Yeah, they bring simping into it, and they really think they are owed something from a streamer that just wants to have fun with her own community. People that pretend they are part of her community, both the ones that are trolling in support of her and those that are also against everything that she's doing. There's a lot of game of pretense going on during this whole controversy. A lot of people playing both sides, trolls on both sides. It's never as simple as some people paint it out to be. Actually, the funniest thing I've seen in a while. LOL, I'm sorry, but this has to be scripted as fuck. The fact she's doing all of this over some art that looks like a porn game ads you're gonna get on a shady website kills me. I'm dying. Just busted out laughing. She 100% made up those doxing claims, LMAO. The only thing more pathetic than seeing her attempt this is the amount of people who are acting like she's actually getting harassed over this. It'd be comical how easily they get riled up over nothing if it wasn't so shitty. Yeah, getting riled up over nothing, over a person playing a video game. That's getting riled up over nothing, if anything. I can fake cry better than this. This can't be real, LMAO. LMFAO! Fucking Mario avatars. I noticed a lot of Mario avatars just have the worst opinions. I don't know what's Mario and bad opinions. This is so funny, I can't breathe. It's so small. Hold up. Has anyone ever even seen evidence of doxing? These boring motherfuckers have been in the habit of doing the shit for performance and calling anything doxing. Oh no, my Twitter moods are being asked why they follow me. Guess I'm doxed type shit. Haven't even seen her saying anything. Just could have watched the fucking stream. Also, like she's a trap VTuber who's clearly doing some sort of performance. Let's be real here. That sub doesn't even sound real. I thought it was a person recording laughing. It really sounds like a laugh, LMAO. I'm sorry, this strategically unmuted make to capture the most fake-ass subs I've heard in my entire life is sending me this this is genuinely hilarious. Volume warning, like really fucking loud. This clip has me fucking laughing hysterically, holy shit. Dude, no way. Please don't tell me this whole thing is a publicity stunt. Looking back, was she really actually harassed? All I saw were regular run-of-the-mill hate comments. Was she really harassed? All I saw were regular run-of-the-mill hate comments. You can answer your question there, buddy. When this was more critique than harassment, this was all publicity. It's not she just wants to play a game and not be harassed. I haven't seen any real harassment other than regular hate comments. Again, where's the harassment? You'd get better crying noises out of a squeegee. Honestly, I don't know how I would react if it was. To be honest, I had a feeling this might be the case. Kinda cringe to be milking this drama like this if so. I'm unsure what to make of this. This is the fakest cry ever. Trigger warning, transphobia. This is so sad and hilarious. The transphobia is where exactly? Not the horny art. Literally, and the sad music in the background, lol. I think I can post this ass. I don't think I'm gonna be bonked for this ass. Shoti said, everyone is so mean to me. If not, again, it's a nature documentary into the wild. What in the school stage play ass acting is this shit? Even those had better acting, or at least were more sincere. Is it really so hard for streamers to simply not play Hogwarts Legacy? Nah, cause this is the funniest shit I've seen in my life. She should have doubled down about playing the game and not give a fuck about what people are saying, because what did she think was gonna happen? Why is she sad like she has not seen people complaining about the Wizard game everywhere? Because, you know, having a little bit common sense and just playing a game on stream, you wouldn't normally think someone would, you know, be bothering you about it later on. That's the most fakest cry I've ever heard. Is that even grammatically correct? I don't know. No, it's not. I was talking about her fugly ass yesterday for being annoying, and now I found out she actually sucks, lol. I'm sorry that she got dogs, if that's even true, but this is just hilarious. No way this is genuine. Sorry to sound harsh, but after streaming for about 3 years, you should know this isn't professional at all. I'm sure how bad the chats were, but if they got past moderation, I really don't know if crying loudly on stream is an appropriate response. And what else would you do in a situation of extreme distress? When you need to explain things to people and you don't really know how to. Holy shit, this is pathetic. The Master Matoya theme playing in the background, the forced off camera crying, and the conveniently forgot to mute. Come on, if you're gonna try and cry away the criticism, at least put some fucking effort into it. Transphobia. This is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, how is this not satire? Sorry for putting this dumb bitch on your TL, but oh my god. I was gonna get off the controversy, but I ain't adding fuel to the fire, but I'm gonna say this. This is the funniest pity party I've seen. Our parasocial relationships to VTubers is insane. And after that, there's thousands of other fucking posts I didn't capture. You can go look them up for yourself if you don't believe me that they exist. But a lot of them are these lame ass fucking jokes. People not believing her that she was genuine during the stream. People downplaying what happened to her. People asking for the docs information because, you know, why not? Why not show the docs? And then it got worse. But before I get into the worst parts, let me just have a drink real quick. Alright. This next part is something I'm gonna be skipping over quite a lot of time because there's like 200 fucking screenshots that I have imported into OBS, and we're not reading all of that shit. Just looking for the more egregious stuff. Didn't have much time to look through all of them, but considering how much I captured, and I usually capture the more notable stuff anyway, there should be a lot of things to go through anyway. Silver continue. Alright. Just unfollowed Silvervale because of her recent actions. Consider some of these better VTubers EN who are inclusive and welcoming to the trans community. I start with myself because duh. F-Red, I didn't even bother to check if this person was streaming anything, but a lot of them just stream into the void anyway. And I don't think this thread got much traction anyway. Silvervale didn't get bullied, she just got justified backlash. Just don't play the shitty turf game, it's your fault at that point. My last 2 cents in this whole Silvervale thing, she alienated her trans and Jewish viewers by playing the game, and in doing so brought in and enabled her far-right viewers. If there is any time to do the whole spread love not hate thing she touts so much, it's now. They have doxed her and her mother and are threatening to kill them. This is the true face of an anti-Hogwarts movement. There is no evidence that this has ever happened. You all made it up, LMAO. For those of you who are new here, IK is a serial harasser VTuber. She appears in a lot of weird controversies that I cover, and she usually just goes off on people, just becomes incredibly rude, antagonizes them, insults them, like the whole works. Just keeps on doing that. Silvervale is lucky she's not trans if she has a breakdown over a few mean words, which is so far I haven't seen one example of. Imagine having hundreds of new laws passed to make existing illegal and armed terrorists who are openly talking about committing genocide against you. Because you know, 2 things make it right. 2 wrong things make it right. It's funny, you see a lot of people parroting stuff about harassment of someone, very little proof of said harassment. So white woman tears turning people against a minority group experiencing oppression, and a bunch of simps joining in the cry bullying. See, the whole Silvervale shit didn't need to be a stream. She could have addressed it any other way. Still had people subbing left and right. Had the most obvious cry bait since Logan Paul. Conclusion: she donates whatever the fuck she gifted to a trans charity. Easy. See, this is also fucking wrong, because Silvervale, first of all, addressed what happened in her Discord. So these people have no idea what Silvervale actually does. They don't follow her content, and you know, others just wanted to get an even better address of the situation. They wanted several other streams. They wanted her to call out people that are doing harassment, even though she did that, and we'll see that in a different screenshot, like, and even in a clip, as you're gonna see. This is more of the same stuff, skipping that over. This is Rev contributing to this discussion against someone too. Hilarious that users still claim that Silvervale was never harassed, and then he posts pretty much some of the screenshots I already showed to you guys. How is this harassment? Homie, this isn't the level 1. Motherfuckers took this to level 100 by doxing the people around her and sending her non-stop death threats. This is insane levels of harassment. Completely unacceptable. Nobody did that. Have not seen a single shred of evidence of that. Yeah, right. Cope harder. Here's the death wishes and death threats. Here's the video. Here's several videos actually of both me, False, Asmold Gold, and then Rev talking about it. It's literally all for crowd. They profit off talking about this topic. Silvervale's breakdown was entirely acting. There you go. Got it. You're exactly the problem. You're just the jealous V-tweeter who can't stand the thought of others succeeding in their careers. So anything they do is fraudulent or fake. Hey, carry on. I think of a more miserable life than anything live with. Yeah. Here's actually, you know, people genuinely, you know, the activists getting harassed in DMs. So, you know, it won't be that I'm not showing that shit. Again, there are actual transphobes about in this thing. They did get activated by the huge fucking backlash that was happening. This whole controversy activated fucking everyone. People that just, want others to be left alone for streaming the game. People that want to jump in and hate on trans people. People that want to, activists that I was talking about that want others to stop playing the game and lock in step. That kind of thing. Like, there's plenty of sides here, not just two. And, there's also people playing both sides. I even showed a few my live stream. A lot of these people here that are DMing this person I haven't seen before, and I see a lot of people commenting on VTuber related matters, and quite many of them repeat and appear frequently. So I do imagine these are people coming via Asmongold's response, because Asmongold covered this thoroughly. I think he even used some of my tweets to do his own coverage. Here's the hidden replies by the speech comment person. What do you think was gonna happen? You reap what you sow. Stop talking shit about people that are just playing the fucking game. Also, it's Twitch, not the streamers. Maybe don't be a fucking idiot online to someone, you stupid moron. Of course, hey, this isn't okay when people fire back at you. Here's the Asmongold video. If you spread hate, don't be surprised if you receive hate in kind. Hypocrite. It's people like you who give trans people a bad name and can't receive respect or support from others. This peachy comment person was featured prominently in my last stream about this, where she I think she downplayed this whole situation as well. Was basically ragging on Silvervale throughout many posts in a lengthy thread. Here's more responses to the person, basically saying that she got the same thing she was promoting, meaning hate. Here's more hidden replies, calling her a piece of shit. So, there are hateful comments in here as well, but there's also comments explaining to her what happened, that if you start shit, you get shit back. More hidden replies, all the same fucking person. And, hiding a tweet like this. I believe Silvervale went through something similar. This is why empathy is important. And this is what she hid. So, just going all out. Weak people, weak minds. He's not a fan of bullies, especially people that bully those he likes a lot. This was about Esmond. More hidden replies. I don't know how many hidden replies that thread had. It's probably like around 50 or more than that. A lot. It just keeps on going. More Asmongold links. Even the mildest of comments just got hidden. Not only the hate comments, but just the mildest of things, like, funny how you're silent on the death threats and doxing against Silvervale. Like, he's a massive streamer and means no harm. This also got hidden because we know why not. More. Yeah, hate comment. Here's someone trying to explain it to her, also hidden. This one is where it starts to get incredibly brain dead. I even made a whole thread about this one. I think this is a Twitch ambassador, if I remember correctly. I don't know. you guys can check it for me. Just you have a name here. You can always check. But I don't think this was someone of prominence and it was connected to Twitch or something like that. Not sure if people realize this, but the majority of hate and doxing that streamers are receiving from the Wizard game is manufactured by right-wingers to damage the reputation of trans people, and it's working flawlessly. Psyops are at an all-time high right now. This is a take. Yeah, I've seen trolls playing both sides, but they're like a small minority, and I showed you guys all of these hateful comments about Silvervale crying. Do you guys believe all of these were right-wingers? If you go check these profiles, I'm sure you will see a lot of right-wing rhetoric there. And not lefty shit and, woke shit. But again, this whole thing is so far beyond political discord because both the leftoids and the rightoids are fucking exceptional in this whole controversy. There's no one that's normal. So this today, I feel like it's important to contribute to this given the topic. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty standard, just going through most of the angry replies to my post, which is being brigaded right now. You can see how most of them are aligned 24/7 and post primarily about anti-trans stuff. Must have hit a soft spot or something. Oh, I hear you, Annie. I just thought to throw in an example out there. I've been reading their comments on the internet. No harm, no foul. Wishing you mentions the best. So I know how goddamn annoying that they can be in real life. This one I need to read so you guys can so I can unwrap it because it goes several places. This person makes such a fucking woke stretch. It's like he woke up in the fucking morning. Hold up, I'll take a drink before I get into this one. Right. Okay, something has been bothering me about the comfy wolf. This is also a name they started to use just to not say Silvervale, so their tweets won't leave their target audience. So other people like me won't find them, but I will find them. It doesn't matter what they do. I'll find them anyway. This is not a threat. This is just an ability. About the comfy wolf YouTube apologist trademark stream. Again, not an apology. More an explanation than anything. And it needs to be said, this isn't to imply any intention on her part, more of a lack of awareness of her repercussions of her actions. We gotta talk cis woman tears. You may be familiar with older, more infamous version of this phenomenon, white woman tears. Basically, intentionally or otherwise, one woman have hysterically used their position to hurt non-white people through appealing to male patriarchy by playing the victim. I fucking hate woke speak so fucking much. It's so laden with fucking sexism and racism, and they will never acknowledge that this is both sexist and racist. They just continue talking this nonsense. There's a wealth of information about non-white writers. Recommend this essay by Mamta Motani Akapadi as a good jumping off point on that, but just know that's our starting point. So with the crosshairs of the reactionary movement aimed at the trans community, we started to see the phenomenon mutate into cis woman tears. The action is still the same, only the target has changed from non-white people to trans people. They make these allusions that just because she was crying, this incentivized harassment against trans people. God damn. Hell, we've seen it specifically from Joanne, how she plays the victim when trans people call her out when she writes extrapolated about how trans women in gendered spaces are a threat to cis women. That's cis woman tears in a nutshell. It's cis women of privilege using that specifically hurt trans women, with trans men and non-binaries hurt as a bonus. And I'm gonna stop there because the reactionaries have already returned to targeting gay and women's rights next. I haven't seen that any of targeting gay and women's rights in this whole controversy. This is a reach. This is a stretch. This is a very woke stretch. I haven't seen it. Might exist, but I haven't seen it. This whole thing is just insane. So what does have to do with Comfy Wolf? Well, it's clear the ordeal has been an emotional for her. There's no denying that. But her way of addressing it was to cry on camera, Mike, about how bad she got hit, and then the stream crying into the mic unmuted. Want to know what happened after that? Trans VTubers saw a spike in harassment. Intentionally or not, her stream pointed the blame specifically at trans people for what happened for her, and people used that as an excuse to target them specifically. Again, how did they make that point? This is to imply that, you know, transgender people were targeted initially. That she somehow started some kind of dog whistle. She made a very loud call while she was crying at the same time. Once again, this is an accusation. Sounds like it fucking is. That this was her intention. More likely, she just wanted to vent her frustration about it, and did so recklessly without realizing what her actions would lead to. The sole focus on her harassment didn't help. I mean, it is about her. It is her stream, and it is what happened to her friends and her family. Why would she focus about anything else? This is so fucking entitled. Oh, sorry, I got harassed by it, but these other people have it worse. Come on, man. It would be so simple just to say all harassment is wrong and just be done with it. Just stop doing it. But no, gotta have these talking points. The thing is, she'll be fine. She's an agency streamer, so the employees at the company, her family, her friends, and her massive fan base all have her back. You know who don't have all that? Trans streamers and others who have spoken out in their defense. This is incredibly fucking rude, because it implies that transgender streamers don't have friends and don't have any backup in VTubing spaces. I know a whole lot of transgender VTubers, and they're doing just fine, just streaming. They aren't activists like these people are. They're just doing their best. Of course, harassment happens. Sometimes it's transphobic. That's an unfortunate fact of, you know, streaming on the internet and being a minority group, any minority group. There's racists abound. There's people targeting you based on your sexuality, based on your identity. The harassment isn't solely against trans people. But going back to my point, I know trans streamers that do just fine in this environment and are thriving. So this person is just talking down to people without even realizing he's talking down to people. Sylvie Spark, a cis male VTuber and clip editor, spoke out in defense of the trans community and had a dox attempt. It didn't work, but that's what cis women tears led to. This Sylvie Spark person basically used the same talking points as this real John DePel or whatever his name is. Of course, it's not okay. He got doxed in any sort of fucking capacity, but they all have these fucking same talking points that don't make any sense and only, you know, apply if you're a woke scold. It didn't work, but that's a whole that's what cis woman tears lead to. Not to mention actual trans VTubers who got targeted. And if you did, please share what happened. One of the hardest lessons I had to learn as someone who is very much in a position of privilege is not how much that protects me, but also how easily that can be used to hurt marginalized people marginalized groups. It's a shield and a weapon at the same time. No one besides extreme fringers is actively wishing harm on the comfy wolf. I mean, you're a part of the extreme fringe because your arguments are extreme and pulled out of your fucking ass. You equate the problems to fucking race and sexuality and fucking identity. I fucking hate identitarians. What's happened is more just a disappointment in how she handled herself, and sadly, unless there's some real life self-reflection, ego checking. Yeah, she needs the ego check, not you. I can only mind the chuds that will take root in her fan base. I do want to talk about these, actual transphobes that attach themselves to Silvervale and shit like that. They would never stay with Silvervale because they aren't there to, support her. They are there to shit on people. And once this whole controversy is finally over at some point, they'll just move on to a different target. These fucking people, they never fucking stay in one place. So saying that, Silvervale somehow gained some sort of audience that will stay with her and espouse right-wing ideology is just it just won't fucking happen. If you've been on the internet for long enough, you know how fucking all of these groups operate. They're just looking for people to shit on, and not to support people. It's hard to acknowledge your privilege and check it at first. Come on, man, this is so 2012 with the checking your privilege shit. Like she didn't work her fucking way into this position, but keep on checking that privilege. Especially when you feel like your privilege hasn't benefited you, or you have your own issues as a fellow marginalized group member. Maybe because, let's not pretend, things are peachy for cis women in 2023. But when you don't learn to acknowledge and check the privilege you do have, you can and will end up hurting those without it. It's even though I'm LGBTQ+ as a grey ace and I'm on the autism spectrum, I still hold the privilege of a cishet white man, and I need to check them. These people never fucking go anywhere with these points. It's always just identity. I have inherent qualities that make me superior. I need to prostrate myself because I have some inherent privileges, qualities I was born with because of my skin color, because of my sexuality, and nothing about me changes. I have no agency of my own. Everything is decided for me by my identity, by traits I have that are unchangeable, and I need to accept that. I need to check my fucking privilege. Fuck you with that fucking thing. And he keeps on going. I will receive discrimination and mistreatment for being autistic, though not as much as the asexuality outside the wing of the LGBTQ community that doesn't think it counts, but still shielded from the mistreatment that non-white, female, trans, and non-binary people face. This thread isn't to call out and accuse the comfy wolf of malfeasance or anything like that. Like, you do, in a very passive-aggressive way, so saying you're not doing it by doing it is not any kind of fucking defense. More it's a reminder to my fellow white cis people. I hate the fellow white cis people thing. People have to be a fucking monolithic group with the same thoughts because you have the same skin color and sexual orientation. That our privilege protects and can't hurt us, but it can also be used to support them as well. Being a member of a privileged group allows you the opportunity to help marginalized people from standing up against oppressors to using resources available to you to support them. Shit, even just being there for them, listening to their concerns, and elevating their voices helps. What I hope is that the comfy wolf takes this as a learning opportunity. Check your privilege, bitch. She may have been hurt, but she can use those privileges afforded to her to help those more at risk and hurting those of the reactionary chuds, using the turf wizard blood libel game to target them. calling all out. This doesn't need to lead to full-on activist wolf or anything like that, though that would be cool. But for some who sells herself on being comfy and cozy, that would double to the people she can use her privilege to help. The comfy and coziness of her streams is when things aren't fucking bathed in political discourse and people are just enjoying themselves in a fun pastime, not having discussions about fucking checking your privilege. So no fucking thank you for that kind of coziness. However, without tackling this head on, even by just trying to bury it and move on, the only thing that will lead to is breeding ground for chuds. Chuds rise up. That's when what happens when you exclude and treat marginalized people as a threat to your coziness. Who you make cozy matters. Again, keeps on saying that, oh, I'm not blaming her for anything, but this is just full on blaming her for it. And finally, he wraps it the fuck up. We'll have to wait and see what happens next. If nothing else, trans and Jewish members of this scene deserve that. A comfy place to feel safe and cozy, and as do any other marginalized group, marginalized VTubers. And that's the least I can provide. Let me be real with you. These people, they have the potential to amass people on Twitter, but as far as streaming goes, as far as, you know, being entertainers in the streaming industry, they will never amass people that watch them, because all of these are just there for Twitter activism. They aren't there to watch your fucking streams or be part of your community, which that guy doesn't have, because this is pretty much the only thread this is the only thread on their whole Twitter account that they got any significant attention for. And I took attention of this thread when it was getting no traction, as you can see, like with 28 fucking impressions only. But it blew up after that. But this is like the only significant portion of attention that this person probably ever got. Here's more downplaying of you know, Silvervale getting harassed and getting doxxed, blaming the conservatives pretending to be trans people. Same talking points. Blaming Silvervale's community. I'm not reading all of that because you know where this goes. Here's the video I showed to people last stream where this person goes and types in trans rights or human rights into the chat and getting timed out. Because, you know, why wouldn't you get timed out when it looks like you're trying to start shit during a stream that has nothing to do with it? And again, they try to use this as a gotcha moment. These are examples of people actually being transphobic, which, again, it would be unfair of me if I said that these instances didn't happen. They do happen. I've seen it in my own replies. I've seen it in the replies of these people as well. Here's more of that stuff. This Wilford Stonehenge person is pretty much outright a troll. They started a bait thread to bait woke skulls into joining, and then they turned face and started posting shit like that. This one is also fucking brilliant. Not saying what she did was cool, but why so much focus on Silvervale? She's one person out of millions. We should be focusing on the game itself, for fuck's sake. Again, misplaced priorities. Like, if you want any real fucking change, one, go to donate to some good charity, something that checks out, something that that has a good reputation and not bathed in controversy. Two, go vote. Go look up people that are trying to legislate against you. See who it is. Protest them, because they are the ones that will ultimately make decisions that affect your lives going forward. Not some fucking game that will not contribute to anything, even though people keep claiming that, you know, it will. It's so it's so misguided and misplaced. Here's more downplaying of Silverface being bullied and her receiving harassment. Again, I'd like to go through these somewhat fast because it's all the same shit. If you're interested in what these actually are, you can go look up the VOD later. Reading all of that is just would be just repeating myself, and the talking points you already know. I highlighted this person for one specific reason. This is a commie that wished me dead. Trans rights or human rights piss off Silvervale. They make all kinds of fucking violent allusions on the Twitter account constantly, so, you know, them advocating for anyone's rights as a fucking communist is hilarious to me. Also, I found this really funny. LMAO. You know, this is a 4chan copy pasta for the litmus test. Originally, this has something to do with a shopping cart being returned to its rightful place, and they decided to be funny about it and replace the fucking shopping cart, the returning of the shopping cart, with Hogwarts Legacy. That's the level of humor there. Here's Domi. This one is gonna read because the motherfucker is quite arrogant. I think it goes without saying, but if you support the current situation with transphobes on this platform harassing people all because of Silvervale's botched apology, you need to block me, just straight up. We aren't even gonna get along or anything if my partner's fundamental existence is in debate, all because some anime wolf girl manipulated her audience by crying on stream. And that is straight up like, there's no debating this issue. I want you to block me if this is what you think, what you believe. By Mr. Dummy, the BDSM Doberman VTuber. Here's that Sylvie Spark guy I mentioned before. I'm gonna quote read it. Exactly, this is what I've been saying all along. If you have a platform, you can use it for a good cause. I see no reason why you should have one otherwise. Too many people out there already use theirs for terrible causes. The world doesn't need more of that. And the world doesn't need activism that revolves around you and you only. Deeply, deeply sorry for anyone who was ever a fan of Silvervale's. That apology proves exactly how vile she really is. I cannot believe she went live on Twitch and said talking about trans people is problematic. I'm so glad I never trusted corporate VTubers. This is February 17th. Some of you guys watched that stream together with me, the full stream. Nothing like that was ever uttered on that stream, so this person is just fucking pulling shit out of his ass. This is fucking unacceptable. Silvervale sucks, and so do people who still support her. Fuck every single one of you. I'm turning off replies because this is the most vile community I've ever dealt with. Never mind, change to people who follow me. Forget that was an option. It's like fucking cowardice. Here's more, just you know, saying that she should be using her platform for the right causes. At least they're denouncing doxing harassment. But then again, they said this was just valid criticism. Sure it was. I hate when streamers fake cry on stream because they were being harassed when it's an obvious attention grab. Like with the Silvervale thing, it was like so obviously staged, but people felt pity for her anyway. I really want to see how these people would act if the same thing happened to them. How they'd feel when your shit was getting downplayed. I bet that would feel really fucking good. Man, I'm just not going to open Twitter for a few days so we can all get over Silvervale. Wow, her model was smiling while she was upset. How dare she? Shut the fuck up. I don't think she was, focused on making her fucking model match her emotions at that point, as it was a pretty fucking impromptu fucking stream that she did as a response to everything that was going on. So excuse the production values. Bro, all Silvervale needs to do is denounce the shitty behavior from the bigots in her community that she's rallied with her tears. She didn't do any shit at that. This is even before the stream where she calls all of them fucking V-tweeted cockroaches, the people that harass and bully. I think we should watch that clip after I'm done reading this screenshot anyway, because that's the last clip in terms of videos that they have. I don't think she's transport or anything, but she's definitely handled this like a typical white woman, weaponizing her tears against a minority group. Why are they so fucking racist? Who gave them the idea that all of this is fine? Who teaches them that stuff that pointing out someone's race isn't racist in order to discriminate against them? Fucking Tumblr education levels. I honestly don't think it was intentional, but come on, man, come on. Okay, let's watch the clip. Hold up. Huh?
And to all of the cockroach retweeters crawling out from under the floorboards, climbing onto the hate train and making fun of a girl crying after being harassed incessantly for your crumb of clout, fuck you. That's all I had to say.
Silver-netted.
This was yesterday when she made all of that. Also, that clip I played you almost at the very start, that was also from yesterday. It was part of that of the same stream. At that point, she was just done giving fucks about these people. She made her statements clear what this is about. But later on, as we go through these motherfucking tweets, you'll see that people just run with it. That she said that trans people and Jewish people somehow are cockroaches because gotta misinterpret it all the way in order to demonize her. Moving on. This is a troll. This is a Maoist that just goes into every seemingly right-wing discussion thread and just shits on people. There's no excuse for playing this game. Silverdale deserves far worse than this, and so does every other despicable waste of flesh who plays this terrible game. Silvervale can cry me a fucking river. At least she can exist without being arrested or called slurs. At least she can still feel comfortable in her own skin and be respected as a person without being called fake or pretending. She chose to buy a transphobia and racism-filled game. Love how people are posting screenshots of proof of people harassing Silvervale and all they are tweets of genuine criticism and how much Silvervale hurt her fans. Just say you're transphobic and go touch some grass. This might be cynical, and I generally like Silvervale, but this content creator circle of buy controversial game, chat gets upset, cry on stream, get clicks. It's starting to feel very calculated. Nope, it's not her chat getting upset. Her chat is almost 100% supportive. It's fucking Twitter. It's always fucking Twitter. I hope Twitter gets shut down so these people can go fucking someplace else. It's never her chat. It's Twitter. All fucking alone. It's more of the same shit. Calculated. this is victim blaming. That's honestly my biggest issue with the Hogwarts Legacy shit. It feels like the creators that are being bullied are kind of asking for it. Like, what did you expect would happen when you play the game when people are telling you that they don't want you to play? Though it could be a psyop. Why are these people so fucking entitled that they think that, you know, because they are offended at something, people will just, you know, say, oh, I'm sorry that you're going through with this. I'm just gonna play this game because I'm an ally. I will walk beside you on this issue of playing a game about fucking wizards. Oh man, this is more just explaining to this person that it's fucking victim blaming and them just not wanting to realize it. More of that same stuff. More victim blaming, and this fucking Okayu fucking avatar. Isn't that victim blaming? Saying person deserves harm or vitriol from another people because they are apparently inviting in with their actions. That's like saying getting arrested for a crime you committed is victim blaming. It's called consequence. If the consequences are justified, is another question entirely. Fucking awesome consequences again of playing a video game. I'll be repeating this ad nauseum. It's all about fucking playing a video game on stream. Seems like the boycott is having an inverse effect of what was intended then. What boycott? Majority of people against JKR the game knew was game gonna sell regardless. Here's more attaching Jewish people to the to all of this. The whole thing about the game being anti-Semitic and the game being and the goblins within the game being a representation of Jewish people, a caricature, and then there's this one thread somewhere on Twitter where someone finds a horn and compares it to some kind of Jewish horn. It's all just nonsense. If you guys want to look it up, and you know, and you think this is some kind of racist dog whistle against Jewish people, then I don't know what to fucking tell you. The bar for racism is so fucking low these days. This is false getting vaguely worded fucking death threats, death wishes written on a fucking wall that looks like a toilet wall. Chance phobes will be assassinated. Maybe next time don't pull out your white woman tears when you're being criticized for playing an anti-Semitic transphobic game. Replying to one of my posts. This one is also fantastic. I do not feel bad for Silvervale. She actually chose to play something that the LGBT community has been very vocally against, and then cried live when we spoke about being upset and unfollowed. I don't care if she's so sweet, you guys. She deserves criticism. The criticism followed by an image of a Grim Reaper saying "You're next," and they want and these activists on Twitter they want to be seen as the peaceful critics of her actions. Again, this is terrible optics for their movement. This is no optics. This is like gouging someone's fucking eyes out with those bony fingers, preferably. And this whole thing, this whole debacle started the I stand with silver hashtag. It's still going on these days, so you know, as with the boycott, this has completely backfired on them as well. Because what I'm showing you is just, you know, the egregious things people are saying against Silvervale and other people. But there's a whole lot of support for her as well, and the people playing Hogwarts Legacies. You just, if you want to see that, you can just look through this hashtag. But this isn't VTuber positivity. This is VTuber cringe. Oh, this one. This is here an actual hate raid on someone. These happen all the time on fucking Twitch. One, cis girl cries on stream versus many trans girls literally being harassed to the point they are forced to change their contacts and handles. Which one got more attention, do you think? Is it about the attention, or is it about fucking, you know, thinking that none of these things are okay? Does it have to be about the fucking attention? Everyone knows that harassment is wrong, but pointing out, you know, one thing is quantifiably more prominent than one just doesn't add anything to the discussion. You always should just end on, you know, all harassment is bad, but no, these people are having it much worse, therefore you should care about them more. Like legit, we warned you how political the Wiz game was. We asked not to stream it to promote her work, yet now the game surpassed End Rings in terms of release sales. Forbes has confirmed JK gets royalties from the profits we were ignored and talked down to. Now we are the bad guys because the sources and groups gave a few content creators grief, and a mild at that. Yeah, mild. You saw all that fucking mild. I showed you all the mild. Throughout fucking 4 streams at this point. Comparatively, the trans community has been ignored and hate rates caused legitimate damage for years. We're the aggressors, we're the assholes, we're bad. Yeah, because you instead of your activism leading to something actually practical, something pragmatic, you go after people that have nothing to do with you, and that causes harm to your own movement. Because normal people that have nothing to do with it see this and see you being aggressive, see you going after people that have completely nothing to do with it, and they just go against you, but because they don't like getting innocent people involved in this. It's so simple if you just decided to quit the slacktivism and become a real activist. Try to organize power, try to organize money, because this ain't it. This one is also fucking fantastic, responding to a person with the I stand with silver hashtag. No, they're not gonna pick you, they want to kill us all. Because, you know, here a transgender person offering support to Silvervale is now a pick-me. They've been untransgenderized. That's not a word, but I'm gonna use it anyway. And now they've become a pick-me. What a fucking loser. Again, it's the best optics for their cause. Here's more dummy. I meant to say this earlier, but if you use the I stand with name hashtag, you know who the name is. And here's the Voldemorting of Silvervale's name. It's an ironically, it's an insta block from me, fam. Not only is it transphobic rhetoric, it's bait tag made solely so transphobes can strike fear into trans folks. And no, you don't. Yeah, standing with someone is outright fucking trying to kill you and send you death threats. Have to be transphobic to use the tag. The point is more, I'm not gonna stick around to find out. Have to. I read this shit already. The most unfortunate thing is that the damage will spread farther than Silvervale, because creator bigger than me who aspire to be her will take this as a lesson of what it means to have a community. They won't care how wrong they are or how poorly the words are chosen. Because when Silvervale fucked up her entire apology, still thinking it's an apology, the community did nothing but rally alongside her and defend her. Creators won't care what they say publicly because they won't be held accountable. After all, Silvervale wasn't. This is meant to set a bar, a standard by which other people can measure themselves against. And Silvervale has set the bar so low for accountability that literally any act committed by a larger streamer can go unaccountable now. This is so fucking hyperbolic, holy shit. And that means nothing for the majority, but it's absolutely devastating for those in the minority. It's almost like she literally started a genocide against people by trying to defend herself. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, we're getting to the fucking brainlet one. I need a drink before this one. Hold up. This is the culture appropriation shit. I hate this shit so fucking much. These people just tell on themselves like how fucking racist they are, and well, let me just read that because me summarizing it doesn't do it justice. You need to hear that shit for yourself. There's a weird specific kind of Orientalism, Orientalist escapism that comes with weeb VTubers who brand themselves this way. They brand themselves as a Sakura wolf spirit because they want to pretend they're not the real ass person living in a real ass society. I have no sympathy for this white. I hate this white. I have no sympathy for this white. Now replace this white with any fucking race. Like, how does that sound to you then? Like, it really sounds bad to normal people that you know perceive racism normally. But just replace this with anything else, and how does that feel? This white, this motherfucker. Like, full offense, if you're white and don't actually speak Japanese, this is so fucking cringe and specific kind of racist. But weebs don't really think of Japan as Asian folks in general, as real people or as a real place, just fiction to consume for white identity. Brother, this is just fucking anime. It's just an aesthetic. No one is there to disrespect anyone. You're genuinely fucking not right in the head. I don't think a lot of these folks kind of represent and attract some of the worst kind of people and accounts that manage to present a persona without being weird and racist about it. It should be remembered every other VTuber is just typical weeb schlock, and it's embarrassing. I honestly consider people like the rapping VTuber no better than folks like Oil London, and really a lot of you should think about why a lot of Western anime content seems to be dominated solely by white folks using Asian avatars. Last I checked, anime community is so fucking diverse. It literally has its own fucking subgenres that you know stick together with one another, which is kind of weird in itself. But fucking hell, saying it's mostly white people is just fucking stupid. And I 100% have way more respect for trans folks who put themselves out there and stream, period, VTube or not, than I do most of the cis white weebs who literally try to use their VTuber personas to escape accountability and pretend they're not real goddamn people. Escape from fucking what? Accountability for fucking what? For using an avatar of a cartoon character? For a lot of POC, saying it's just going to be something else is not something we can do often with the reality of our lives. We don't really have the option of being anything else. Hell, it's why non-white VTubers go out of their way to let people know they aren't. My identity as an Asian person is not a brand or an escape. It's a material reality that affects my entire life. The appropriation of Asian culture for these people is just that, a brand or a method of refusing accountability. Well, brother, maybe stop using, if you're so angry about culture appropriation as an Asian person, stop using things that are non-Asian. Keep your principles pure. Don't use things for your convenience. Like, go all the fucking way. I don't know, live in the fucking woods or something. Or there's no culture. There's just fucking trees and bears waiting to eat your ass. These fucking people, man. And really, there's just something sick about American people using Japanese and Asian identity as a costume. CK weebs and China fans in general, considering the rampant Orientalism that still exists and the amount of violence East Asian communities received after COVID. Makes me wonder how this person feels about Japanese and other people from Asian countries using VTubers that have like European or even American stylizations. I bet they think that's okay because they're a minority, even though they come from countries where they're the majority. But for them, being a person of color is more important than anything else. Gotta hate on these fucking whites. On the white! The white. Fucking white. Make no mistake, in a world where a white person can make an entire career around transitioning into a Korean back, yeah, that's fucking stupid, but, you know... two stupids. It's just that, two stupid. There's something deeply wrong with the way white folks in Western culture view Asian identity, and fucking please, comparing this stupid shit right here to VTuber avatars is such a fucking reach. Oil London's use of the word transition to describe his attempt to fucking race fake. They think fucking cartoon avatars is race faking, like someone's trying to generally pretend to be a different race as a VTuber. And it makes it entirely harder for Southeast Asians like me from a country that was literally occupied by Japan and bears the scars of it all this day to actually talk about Asian culture beyond that what white people demand we do. Mechs, kung fu, and magic, gotcha. I'm going to throw this here, even if this post isn't technically doing numbers, and disappointment in less than hours for me, and I will appreciate any help for this and help me get through this week, thanks. I'm a rude fuck, please send me money. My teeth are bad, need it for the dentist. I hate the grift. Really hate it. It's all fucking worth mocking. Why did you lock the thread? Because the last time I talked about yellowface, Asian fishing, and the appropriation of Asian culture aesthetics by white artists, the good racist white folks couldn't get over their faves, came in droves and tried to get me suspended. I mean, you're racist as fuck. What do you expect? You keep talking about the whites. The whites. Yeah, and here's the grift. I linked my request for help for my teeth earlier. Should have fucking brushed them in the thread, but I'm going to leave my coffee. A link for folks who wants to donate to a non-binary Asian person with CPPTSD. And before you tell me that, oh, you might have some other dental issues, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what problems they have. Maybe a fucking racist deserves to have bad teeth. Motherfucker. Look, the amount of white VTubers who say, oh, I'd never use a black VTube model or rig. It would be kind of racist to promote myself with. Then have zero issue portraying themselves as Japanese stereotypes while demanding to be treated as Asian anime character is racist. None of these motherfuckers that use avatars want to be treated like an Asian fucking samurai or general, whatever they portray themselves as. It's a cartoon character. Fuck, man. Oof, yes, this is why I never felt comfortable even trying to draw myself as an avatar, because my style would wind up an anime-like, because that's just the most accurate of the cartoon styles to my eyes. But I'm as Euro as the Alps. I want to be clear though, I don't think in general anyone cares if you represent yourself through like an anime character or whatever. Could have sworn differently from that fucking thread. That's not what this is. White VTubers literally act like anime stereotypes and stereotype racist stereotypes as part of their brand. Where do people do that? Like, show me a person that isn't a fucking troll that doesn't fucking do that. I've seen I've seen a fucking person fucking trolling, using genuine fucking blackface to make fun of people, but that was an obvious fucking troll. Where do fucking people do that? Show me these people. I want to see them for myself. I might even post them on my own account. No one ever does. Yeah, there's only so much squeaking kawaii you can do without seeming like a total piece of crap. Like, are these people stuck in like early 2000s anime culture at like fucking anime conventions? Because I don't think no one fucking does that nowadays. Like, this is funny. Especially if they start totally Englishing everything. Like, please, no one does that. Who does that? Like, do you speak English? Then use English for English words and don't talk at people thinking Japanese folk just use English baby talk. No one fucking does that. No one fucking does that. Are these people like came from the past? Did they like time travel to 2023? If you're an angry weeb about to throw about absolutely zero arguments at me while either acting smug or pretending an Asian person you don't know is talking away your anime, no, you're just taking away my fucking brain cells. Dumb fuck. Consider just shutting up. You know you're dumb. I know you're dumb. I'm not gonna entertain it. These people are so fucking arrogant. It's just borders on comical. So fucking full of themselves. I can think of another community that's constantly using an aesthetic than an actual culture. I wonder who. This is nothing new. The culture of POC is not a character trait or aesthetic, and the lack of empathy and willingness to understand the culture speaks volumes. The lack of comprehension of privilege. Let's fucking go with woke talking points again. Also, in my opinion, speaks to one's willingness, ability to empathetic towards POC. It's much easier to close your eyes and entertain, but for people like me, I don't have that privilege. Once I'm outside everyone or reveal I'm black online, I know I should conduct myself accordingly on and offline. Are you implying you need to quote-unquote act black? Do people act black? I thought people acted like people, not like skin colors, but you know, you're kind of racist, Mrs. or Mr. Pre-debut. Or I am that kind of black. It's so fucking exhausting, and perhaps I'm numb to it. I conditioned by it. Honestly, I wouldn't know at this point. And the VTuber community, I think it's so focused on aesthetic that they often end up silencing, overshadowing those who don't conform. The issues of POC aren't political, it's humanism, point blank. PS, VTubers are people, PPS. Almost every source of entertainment has some sort of political and social commentary. Comedians, movies, games, music, and yes, even anime. VTubing isn't some sacred tradition. We aren't geisha. You cannot break the mold and give a damn. You always can. You always have a choice. You just think you don't have a choice because your way of thinking is so inherently part of what you think you are that you can step out of your own fucking discomfort zone in this case and try to fucking smell the roses, because the world is so much fucking larger than your issues and the issues that you're trying to present to people. Man, like, can you literally be a white VTuber without using Asian Orientalism shit for your avatar? Make an Aryan VTuber. and see people not lose their shit. Make them have completely blue eyes, blonde hair, make them white as fuck, and make them read Mein Kampf. Being an anime avatar isn't weird, because that's a style of art, but this is the reason why I feel odd about a lot of VTubers. The cultural appropriation motherfuckers are some of the most annoying fucking shitters out there. I'm kind of glad a lot of VTubers just kind of went off that topic. It still kind of returns from time to time. This is one of these instances where it did. But man, oh man, when it happened like 2 and even 1 year ago, it's always so telling. Like, the most racist people come out of their fucking holes then. White VTubers be corny and weird, also white Twitter weebs who make fake Asian names like Sin or Ryo. Yeah, Ryo, the fake Asian name. You are so fucking stupid. Like, no bitch, you're Rachel from Nebraska. Fake name Ryo. Oh. Oh, he's Ike. Here's Ike blaming Silvervale. I love Ike. She's so unapologetic and fucking vile. I'm gonna read all of this. Hey Silvervale, you've sent a wave of anti-trans hate rippling through the VTuber sphere, both on Twitter and Twitch. Some of us are too scared to stream, and those of us who are streaming are still getting hate raided, botted and sent death threats, told to kill ourselves, etc. And at what point do you stop and wonder if perhaps you courted the wrong audience? I'd like to give you the benefit of the doubt, but it's kind of hard when you rile up a massive mob over people voicing valid concerns instead of just being normal about it. Like Ike here being super normal about it. I know you can't physically control your audience, but you can control yourself. Like, why did you cry on stream? You could have controlled yourself, like cried into your pillow or something. And your actions have painted a specific picture, one that makes hateful bigots feel like you're on their side. I'm not asking you to single-handedly end transphobia, just not to encourage it, like she fucking did, you know? You were more than happy to stage a stream that was very obviously scripted to address the alleged harassment campaign by trans people. But your own audience in, say, anti-trans hate campaign is something you seem fine with. This is why people are calling you a transphobe. This is what I've been saying. At this point, her tears are going to cost someone their life. I would hit my face so very hard right now, but that would knock me out. So I'm not gonna do that. I'll just move on. And here's the post that she made on the 17th of February, closely after this stream where she cried happened. But of course, no one saw this because no one bothered to even peek at her Discord. Because why would they know what the fuck she even thinks? But even after this, they decided to attribute all the hate to her. I'm sorry you had to see the very emotional side of me, but I felt it was necessary to get my side out there. Please don't spread hate toward anyone. We love and appreciate everyone here, and I want you all to remember to treat people how you want to be treated. If you see hatred, reply with kindness, or don't reply at all. Hateful people on Twitter are not representative of the majority of the LGBT community. Treat everyone with kindness and understanding. You never know what someone is going through. Be cozy and spread love. Actually, never mind. I watched the VOD again. Silvervale is a liar and a transphobe. Period. I'm already blacklisted from large VTuber spaces. I might as well say it since most people can't. LMAO. I don't get what Ike gets from being so fucking hateful all the time. Like, who is she doing this for? What do you get by being so hateful all the fucking time? This fucking person has been doing this shit for 3 fucking years. Since I've came into existence, this person has been around. It started with Kyoto, with the whole lolly shit, lolly succubus thing. And she's been in like most of controversies, just just shitting herself completely. This person is just beyond any sort of redemption. To be honest, I'm giving like 2 days before I just start saying Silvervale is a transphobe and anti-Semite. To be honest, I'm gonna spread misinformation willingly. Here's an interesting point. Here's someone that revealed that sent these posts where they said that Silvervale is gonna end up in a body bag. Here's person pointing it out, and here's this person admitting to it. It is I, and I'm here to make amends. The comment that I made about Silver were too far. I understand, now I cannot apologize enough. I didn't realize how much of a low-life cunt I was being until I attended a stream on Twitch. Funny that, right? Like, that's some fucking regret for fucking basically sending someone a death threat. Too far, mate. It's beyond being a cunt. You literally did the same thing that TERFs do to trans people online. How the hell are you thinking that eye for an eye mentality helps people? It causes nothing but bad stuff. If I had to guess, I suppose I must have thought something like, so if I do this the other way around, it must be fine, right? Yeah, I have nothing to say, and in full honesty, you're right. To bully my back, I'd say, bully me back, I guess. I'd say it well-deserved karma on my end. This motherfucker. But yeah, they basically admitted to being wrong, but too far, too late. I was well aware from the looks of it, nobody seemed to care about that, so yes, technically I did jump into the bandwagon with no idea what I am doing. See, that's what happens when you're just hateful for being hateful's sake. If I had to guess, I guess it has something to do with keeping reputation clean and friendships alive. Keeping my reputation clean and friendships alive. What kind of friends do you hang out with that they would pat you on the back for sending someone a death threat? I don't want to meet your friend circle. Must be really fucking fun in there. Oh, Bunikula. Bunikula is someone I also covered. They made a whole like a Twitter short video where they basically laughed at people getting bullied and harassed for playing Hogwarts Legacy, and they fucking laughed about it. And here they're trying to say something fucking else. LGBTQA streamers to the general VTuber community as trolls and chud suck puppets plunge it into chaos. Remember that people will post things specifically to make you angry, so like they fucking did. Some people have hate, some have hate as their agenda. Others just use useful patties for them, pasties for them. Don't fall for bait and disinfo. Tempted to get into an argument with Twitter user Lolly Hitler with 3 followers that was created yesterday. Remember that you can just don't. Elon isn't making us pay. Use the block button. Yet, I hate this genuine cunt. So, yeah, I'm getting heated here. Thank fuck we're almost at the halfway point of this shit, and I'm glad I'm not reading all of this. This one is petty as fuck. This one I have to read. VTuber concept. A saffron wolf has the same color scheme as the straight pride flag, who publicly hates Harry Potter and loves trans people, named Golden Gale. I think she would look like this. And then they, you know, and then they're good guys by being fucking being this passive aggressive. No, she would say she loves trans people and Harry Potter, and then secretly ban the word Hogwarts in chat, and then when Hermione calls her out on it, she would cry and call Hermione a muggle. The people that really dislike Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling really know a lot about Harry Potter, it seems. The good guys. and then being called out on it, but then they just play innocent, not reading all of that shit. But I read this. I don't exactly think this is hateful. This joke wouldn't be funny if she was just willing not to call trans people freaks. But unfortunately, after what I think, jokes like this are kind of warranted, to be honest. And the whole narrative that she meant trans people and Jewish people for some reason as those freaks and as those VTuber cockroaches. But they will hear what they want to hear to spin that narrative. First thing on Google search results, fam. I get where you're coming from, but don't start swinging if you don't know the full story. Of course, just buying the game. Don't make her transful, but reducing the issue is just a game. It's ignorant of chance struggles. It doesn't matter that the articles there actually, show the full logs what she said. So this person didn't even read those articles. So, that whole thing about doing research doesn't even apply here. I hate the fact that people are actively attacking people criticizing Silvervale. Newsflash, incel, she's not fucking you. She probably doesn't even know who the hell you are. Also doesn't care. You're lucky just a source of income, and there's 99.9% chance that she's out of your league anyways. You get nothing but quick dismissal. I love high school talk. It's so on point for a lot of these people. Any further input by you is immediately regarded as worthless, and if that are infinitesimally small 0.1% of people that are cool, you're in the same boat as the 99.9%. She is corpo. She legitimately will only see you as a number on a fucking Excel sheet, symbolizing her worth to V shoujo. This is all you are. You are nothing more. You have zero reason to defend her. Have zero need to try to speak out to defend her honor. You white knight wannabes. This is toxic and misogynistic mindset. People can defend others without the offer of sex. Men and women can be friends without plans for sex. Women are more than just sex toys, and this whole train of thought is just gross. You realize I don't give a single fuck. Again, 99.9% of you fucks who are doing this only consider the chance that she might give you a shot if you defend her. I knew people who actively thought like this. I want to bring those fucks back to reality first. Second, the 1% that don't, they're still just fucking numbers on an Excel sheet. She doesn't know you, or wants to be friends, or even drinking buddies, or whatever else people want out of it. Wake up and stop fucking trying to defend her from basic criticism. Okay, I'm taking a break at this point. It's been 2 hours, and I need a drink. I need like a 5-minute break, and then we'll continue this, and hopefully get to the end without me wanting to run into a wall. So you guys also grab a drink. I don't know, air out your room, because I guess some people would get heated about this, and we'll be back in like let's say 5 minutes. Like 3 to 5 minutes. Right, I'm back. Let's motor through this because we're only halfway through this second set of screenshots. I fucking love reading Twitter. It doesn't mentally drain you at all. It doesn't make you bad or anything. So let's skip a lot of this stuff. More downplaying of the harassment and doxing. Saying that her place isn't safe for trans individuals. Making a whole ass fucking threads about that her tears were fake, that trans community suffers so much more than she did. A person gloating being blocked by Silvervale. Bullied by freaks. Say what you mean, girl. Yikes-a-rooney, my goonies. When it's so easy to not, why would you do? This actually made my stomach turn. She really is dying on this hill, huh? I mean, it probably did record numbers for her. Who needs values when you're trending? I mean, she's only fucking trending because of you. This is all your fault. This is like with with the sales of Hogwarts Legacy. This game wouldn't have sold nearly enough if not for the controversy you fucking started. Yikes-a-rooney is something you say if you down a whole fucking carton of soy milk. Here's this person downplaying someone that basically calls her out on it, and she calls them out because this person is too vocal about issues they care about. Yeah, why protest the people making laws when you can bully someone for playing a game? Way to go, hero. One person that actually knows what the fuck they were saying. God, this whole situation is so fucked from every conceivable angle. Looking at this from my own perspective, Jewish nonsense, all of this could have been so easy prevented. In my opinion, it's always better to try to instruct someone away from perpetuating cyclical harm. The cyclical harm of playing a video game. All of this is all because she dared to play a video game. Man, I just hate this whole situation with the stupid fucking Wizard series. Even as someone who never got into it, it's such a shame to see. My rage is renewed today. The way she says freaks with impunity and disdain, the same way conservatives do, as all I need to know how much of a piece of shit she actually is. That, and she didn't even address her own fans attacking Fruit, her own teammate. If you support her side at all, you can just go. I don't want you. I don't care if I go back to 1,000 followers. Fuck, I don't even care if it makes me go back to 50. Get out. I'm done. I'm done being silent. These are real people getting their lives ruined by her. I am someone who supports Silvervale's side, not because I think it's a good idea to support a transphobe's game, but because I can't support the way people are attacking those who buy the game. Sending a white cis woman's death threats is just unacceptable as sending trans people death threats. Threats and hatred are terrible no matter what the context is. Silvervale doesn't hate trans people. That's really funny because Fruit decided not to play the game in support of her trans brother and instead donate money to trans charity. Why isn't Silvervale capable of doing the same if she's some saint? Also, death threats are unacceptable. I am completely against them. But everything else stands. But still, I do not stand with her. Because instead of listening to Fruit and all of us who generally expressed our discomfort, she still doubled down and decided to continue playing it. and I don't really know how much I buy death threats if I'm gonna be real after that. One clip of her crying shit. I was half expecting her to use to toggle halfway through the shit show. Yeah, and this continues on into downplaying the whole situation and victimizing other people instead. Oh, on this point, I fucking love this point. This is probably why I also screenshotted this. Adolf Hitler brought Germany out of recession during World War II and brought back much of their lost land. He also killed 11 million people. We could look at the 11 million people as a flaw, or we could look at this as a serious fucking issue. JKR wants me dead. Stop supporting her work. Thank you for making these two things equal. One, a transphobic woman that has bioessential beliefs, and Adolf Hitler. These two people are completely equivalent. Fuck, man. Hyperbolic doesn't even begin to describe this statement. Hyperbolic and completely off the edge. Being public about it, I have Silvervale muted everyone on my timeline. If you're still continuing to follow her, okay, but remove yourself from my following. The trans community means a whole lot more than some ooh fox. She's a wolf. I haven't drunk her and other V-Shoujo members in the past, and I will admit, but I'll be refraining from doing so from now on. Silvervale plays victim while as a supporter tell trans people to cope and rope. And sometimes the trans people are the bad guys for just saying, I'm upset you're playing a bigoted game. Again, we'll reiterate, there are some transphobes there, there are actual people there telling others to kill themselves. These things do exist, but in this whole controversy, most people are gonna be fucking awful. They're awful in their own ways, you're awful in your own ways. People are saying this is a massive W for Silvervale. Goblin does not see it that way at all. Goblin sees it as a person taking a fat L and doubling down on something super problematic. I love the in-character call out. This is people's livelihoods we're talking about. It's not just about the game, it's showing you don't care about trans lives, trans people matter, and instead of trying to help people, you are calling everyone who disagrees with you is bullying you, which is not the case. They are telling you the... Well, again, she didn't tell that about everyone. It's about the specific people on Twitter. They are telling you the issue, they are telling you they are disappointed, but you don't want to listen because you want to play a game even though you know all of the problems linked to maybe you should go touch grass instead of doing what you're doing. My Goblin doesn't care if they lose followers over this. They are done with this situation. It becomes a bloody joke at this point. People matter and these people are doubling down the problematic stuff instead of backing down. Goblin is done. Goblin angry. Goblin annoyed. I mean, if you're a goblin and you believe all the shit about Hogwarts Legacy, aren't you a transphobic caricature? Isn't Goblin Jewish? Oh, Goblin, you're an anti-Semitic caricature. Oh, it's Cthulhu. Cthulhu, the person streaming to 7 people throughout like 2 years or something, and then always being notable on Twitter when he or they are outraged by something. To give you some context for this person, one of the funniest things that they have done is accuse another VTuber that was basically on their side of doing a blackface, and the blackface in question was just a toggle to make the model more shaded, but they went off and basically wanted that person crucified for quote unquote blackface. Let me read you the entitled shit. This person is like Eldritch Crayon Tuber. You have no right to call yourself a comfy anymore. No right to call yourself an ally or say any of this was genuine or unintentional when you are so deliberately insult every trans person who begged you not to do what you did. We begged you to leash your audience and protect us. If my theory you were taking every tear and sob on your last stream was shaky before, it's as solid as fucking marble by now. This is a direct incitement for every bigot you drew to your descendant upon us, and for that I hope you fail miserably as a streamer from here on. Her audience increased by a few thousand, by the way. You've tarnished any goodwill you could have possibly still retained after your stance. You had the luxury to not suffer through life the way we do, and used to punch down on and over. You're not fucking victim, and you don't deserve a shed of sympathy now. You have unleashed a wave of transphobia and violence upon trans streamers. This person should write a fucking speech for someone. They're very good at it. Streamers with your actions to the point we are being run off of the internet and from things that give us joy for our own safety. You have weaponized your fans and manipulated the good intention to participate. Those you threw under the bus for will turn on you eventually, Vale. They always do, as volatile as they are. And when they do, I pray to heaven above your given mercy, even if you couldn't be asked to give it. That's like a decent fucking human. Call yourself a comfy. I'm going to explode. I had streamering there before and forgot to delete the other word when revised. Whoop. So fucking dramatic. The typo is gonna bother me for the rest of time. The harassment coming. They really wanted to come off like super eloquent and no mistakes allowed. That's why there's some fucking butthurt about fucking spelling mistake. This is for clout. You can't tell me this isn't for clout. The way it's dramatized to shit. The harassment coming my way has already started. It hasn't even been 10 minutes. Fuck you, Vale. Rot in the potion cauldron. The energy I'm radiating right now is too angry to die, because as terrified and emotionally exhausted as I am from all of this, I'm 100 times more furious at the fact this bitch wearing our flag as a palette is forcing the people I love and cherish off the platform to avoid her attacks. Get it trending, boys. Not my comfy. Didn't work. Seriously, I agree with the thread, but gosh, the joke over the typo is a premium. A comfy, like it's special, LMAO. I mean, we aren't in business for taxonomically filing non-allies. And here's you're gonna see some choice tweets this person decided to hide. Getting death threats is not an excuse to put marginalized people in legitimate danger. What fucking bullying? I've seen a small amount of legit accounts and some harassment. I've seen plenty or more of your Silvervale's new fans harass content creators. Really mad to see her basically ignore everything constructive. Point to a few bad actors and do zero improvement. More hidden content. More people bitching about the harassment that didn't happen. Other people are getting worse. Trans Jewish ally friends. And the hidden replies. Dude, you know you're supposed to eat meds, right? Not put them in the crack pipe. What's constructive about telling people what to do, and the fact that more people contra with these small number of accounts means that nothing is even constructive at all. More like playing with fire. If you guys can take the consequences, don't start it. We threatened to kill you and your family over playing a video game. How dare you not worship us? Stop using trans people as a shield for being a dogshit person. You represent no one. Yeah, some hateful stuff, some actual good advice, and some well-leveled arguments here, but all of that shit hidden. And also a bot. Did she insulted the trans people, though? She only insulted the boycott that harassed her because they played the game. That was the whole point. But that's hidden. More a bit hateful, but calling her a cultist is on point. Him. Or them. I don't even know at this point anymore. More victimizing yourself, that, you know, LGBTQ people being harassed every day. People don't care. It's all the same talking points that I already mentioned, so I'm skipping that. So V Shoujo, what are you gonna do about the talent you've hired directly, inciting hate on the trans and Jewish? You're being the cause of thousands of marginalized streamers feeling physically unsafe to go live and go live, and getting death threats because of their actions. Tell me, go on. Most of these people never go online anyway. They're on like endless hiatus or pre-debut for years. Kotelu themselves streams to like the fucking void, so they never get anything. Can't even type out her name without being put in danger. That's how bad this is. You can no longer ignore this and hope it will blow over. See? And this one's fucking fantastic. What a bitch. Won't be surprised if she gets murdered. From the fucking 14-year-old. This is the thing with fucking adolescents on the internet nowadays. They're the worst of the worst fucking cunts. Whenever there's a death threat, whenever there's someone telling to kill yourself, whenever there's someone calling you a slur or anything like that, it's not gonna be like a, you know, it's not gonna be a right-wing person or someone, you know, these people construe as boogeyman. It's gonna be some fucking exceptional minor like this. This whole thing started some VTubers on the way to graduating. Like there was a whole wave of some VTubers saying that they feel scared and they're gonna be graduating because Silvervale made the comment that she made. And this one is more woke talking points about BIPOC, transgender people, privilege, whiteness. It's so tiresome. I'm not gonna read all of that. If you want to look this up for yourself, you do it on your own. But I had enough of woke talking points. I cannot stomach them anymore. This right here is why Silvervale deserves to be bullied. This is why still deserves to be bullied. This is why liberalism is a fucking disease. Stop trying to play both sides and realize that what you're doing is actively harmful to trans people. You're not an ally, Silver. Yep. All of these people are you know, those right-wing right-wing plants that are trying to play people. It can't be that the sides that pretends to be in the just has equal bad actors as the others. And it's a furry too, with pink hair. I'm not reading all of that. It says it's the same points distilled into a post about, you know, LGBTQ people feeling unsafe, feeling like they're harassed, and all of this with a blue check mark. I think there's some irony there about supporting transphobes. The irony is that, you know, Elon Musk does hold some viewpoints that could be construed as such, and here's this person paying them money. to make this whole wall of text. This one is also unhinged. I was assaulted outside of my workplace in 2017 because of my gender presentation. I'm one of those Twitter freaks you are referring to. My life was and will continue to be shaped by dangerous rhetoric that Silvervale is now consigning her community. Do better. Because, you know, this person's assault is Silvervale's fault. It's a good thing to bring up. Hidden replies. The same person. Even those that are telling this person that they're sorry about that. Especially this, I feel sorry for this person that had their replies hidden. I'm sorry to hear that what happened in 2017, but these Twitter freaks she means are the trolls that once spreading hate for no reason, the once attacking people. These are the Twitter freaks she means. She says it herself. The LGBT are awesome. Wholesome Corpo VTuber right-wing turf arc was not on my 2023 bingo, but here we are. Bishoujo, do you have a PR department? Because yikes, these aren't even dog whistles anymore. Calling trans and Jewish people freaks is not a good look. At least she's showing her true colors. There are people really just taking what she said and running with it. Even though it's so very clear in what she said. More of her misconstruing Silvervale's points about LGBT people and, you know, ascribing the cockroach comment to marginalized people. Oh my fucking lord, she's a bigot. Seriously, I'm fucking down with most corpos. At first I gave her a slight benefit of the doubt, but after I have no sympathy for her. She was calling for bullies and harassers, freaks and cockroaches. Why doesn't nobody see that? This is you defending a fucking transphobe. Look, another protester defaulting to a meme rather than engaging in conversation. Twitter is a breeding ground for angry people with no real focus to be mad at nothing. Directing your anger at Vishoujo is dumb. Instead of tweet at your government, they're your biggest enemy. Congratulations, you're part of the problem. Same image again. I love how you say that about yourself. Stop defending her, she's gonna marry you. Your simps can eat my ass. You know, trying to have a reasonable discussion with people like that isn't worth it. They do that. Today is wild, y'all. I have been bullying Silvervale and her fans all day. I love bullying cis people. They, hey, could you not support the elimination of people from society? Just admitting, loving the bullying. Just adding Vishoujo directly. One of the VTubers said she doesn't care that trans and Jewish people have been calling her out. She's inviting insane alt-right people to her streams. For the love of God, do something about this. I was almost doxed by one of these insane people, so maybe you want to look into this or tell her to knock it off. Maybe stop trying to tell people to incite cancel culture, because that's what it is. You want her to lose her job. More downplaying, more misconstruing of her points. This person is also unhinged, misconstruing the points. More of the same thing. Hiding replies. Should congratulate your mom because I had sex with her a couple of weeks ago and she has told me she's finally pregnant with the child she actually wants. Yeah, These people are very fun to talk to. And the hidden replies. I think Jews are goblins. So much hidden stuff. It's a whole thread of hidden stuff. Can't call yourself ally if you buy the game. Just say the slur instead of replacing it with Twitter, like we know what you want already. Heaven forbid you grow past the shitty book franchise you read when you were a kid. Heaven forbid fucking have a single self-reflective moment why people would be mad about you playing a Queen Turv's Lord Libel sim. And change your mother's hair color too. The tweet left their target audience. And so did yours. Great, can you do something about your unhinged fans who are threatening random LGBT and Jewish people for simply for existing? I mean, she already said what she said, but she didn't see it, didn't bother to do your research. Oh, it's Daihime. The guy that reminded himself from a lefty takes account into a femboy VTuber that streams to the void. This guy is around everything. It's a person that called me a Nazi at one point. And this was like a long time ago. It didn't have anything to do with anything that we're talking about here. These streamers are such babies, man. If Jesus Christ, if people have problems with what kind of game you play, you aren't babies. They have no idea how to call them. Boohoo slur. The good guys. Boohoo slur. I put it in layman's terms just for you. You play a game made by a bad person, makes you you play a game made by a person, makes you a bad person. Is that deserving of a doxing though? Yeah, especially when you call trans people roaches. Wait, did Silvervale did that? Yep, called them freaks too. Misconstruing and then calling for doxing. Fucking fantastic. These people are hilarious. Hilarious in the most wrong of ways. Here's a person trying to teach her PR. More downplaying. More talking about fruit into this. I should talk about fruit at one point. Maybe I should do it now. Fruit made a lot of these Twitter posts where she said that she won't be playing the game and then she's gonna donate money to what was that charity called? Mermaids, and the charity was found to be involved in a lot of shady dealings, including some connections to a person supporting pedophiles. It's currently also under investigation. If again, don't take my word for it, go look it up. A lot of people are trying to dismiss that. Fruit has received a lot of hate from people because of the old cheating on her husband allegations that are floating around, and people won't let her live that thing down. How real that is, I don't know. but it follows her around everywhere she goes, every single post she makes. If she tries to signal her virtue in any significant way, she always gets brought down to the ground by people telling her she cheated on her husband. So what I understand, she played the game, got criticized for it, whined about said critics, and now we got this. Really not doing herself any favors. No, you got everything wrong. You more you not knowing of what's going on. Is Redclaw, one of these Imrai, adjacent people connected to Takahata, weird woke shit all the time, and constant virtue signaling like here. Gonna also repeat what I said when I start off my stream today. To all my trans and Jewish friends, colleagues, and community members, you are valid, you are loved, you are not freaks, you are not cockroaches, you are beautiful, and fuck anyone who says otherwise. The streamer in question only called Twitter bullies freaks. Their community, on the other hand, is a different story. And she's yet to tell them to stop. I mean, she already did several days ago, but never bothered to look at that. So yeah, dumb dinosaur. Here's the person saying that they're gonna graduate. Hey there, Syrups. I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore. The transphobic hate is too much for me. As of today, I graduate from my activities as a VTuber. I'll miss you at my streams, but I can't mentally handle this anymore. I love you all so much. And there's other posts you can find like this too. How much these people stream, you have to look up for yourself, but I can attest that a lot of them haven't streamed a whole lot. Or at all. More misconstruing of what she said, because that's always popular. I could go right now and find new posts like this just hanging around Twitter right now. More of the same misconstruing. Same talking points. Twitter freaks just call us T-slurs, dog. Such a blatant PR stunt, LMFAO. Give us back the color scheme, you're not allowed to use it. Like, they really think that this was like some sort of statement that she made. And, you know, the blue and pink are representative of transgender colors. And, well, you're funny, you're a pedophile, yeah. Fucking awesome. I find it funny how at this point she's basically going directly against the wishes of trans people with a color scheme like that. Hope she enjoys the crowd of right-wing transphobes she just raked in. This post just doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna read it because it makes so little sense. Oh my gosh, so true and brave. When I wanted to go back to my old favorite pastime of gawking at children with leukemia at my local hospital, the woke mob wouldn't get off my back for it. Insanity. I have no idea what this person fucking means. They're trying to make some point with an anecdote. Or like a weird fucking straw man that I don't actually understand. It's so silly. More misconstruing of Twitter freaks. This person actually getting a hate comment. And the fuck fault is it her? I had no problem with trans before the old damn bastards like to threaten people over a game. Fuck you. More misconstruing. I don't know how They have to be doing this to perpetuate the narrative at this point. Like, it was so obvious who she meant just from that clip alone. I do hope people that do this shit enjoy the increase of actual Nazi right-wing weirdo that will fuck to you for the foreseeable future you won't be able to get rid of since they can use your righteous mouthpiece. They really won't stick because people like that just want to shit on others. They aren't there for Silvervale. They're just there to shit on you. That's the thing. By making these loud statements that the internet made viral, Skinhead78 will now be a loyal fan waiting and trying to prod you into saying more shit that he wants to hear. That shit won't happen. So I have been told I unfortunately used the word Nazi as the word has lost all meaning. Should have used another word for the hateful, disgusting human being that loves nothing but people for people different than them to die or have any human rights. So a Nazi or KKK interchangeable. Oh, here's more of my beloved cultural appropriation. VTubers are just white Westerners hiding their racial identity behind a kawaii anime icon while doing a baby voice as a grown-ass adults are a social plague, dude. Really, these people are from the fucking past. No one fucking acts like this. Digital titties flapping around in slightest breeze while doing impressions of an anime character and giving a speech against bullying. We are all going to hell, dude. I used to think that Ray Bradbury was ridiculous for basically inventing the concept of AirPods in Fahrenheit 451. If he saw what we were doing right, now with a digital image he would die on the spot. I said this like 2 weeks ago and it got people so mad at me because you're exceptional for thinking like this. You're not even wrong. I have had so many friends express discomfort with how big white English language VTubers use their avatars as borderline race faking. Anime girls with all the baggage of taking to real life without talking to a real life Asian person. You really did live in the whole fucking world with this. A world where someone is trying to fake their race via a cartoon avatar. Well, at least we're almost at the end. I cherish the end of this nonsense. I just hope there won't be another stream about this and everyone just goes and finds a different problem I can stream about. LGBT people are awesome, but also call people who called you out Twitter freaks, and then sub-story about how this made your childhood. Like, fuck off with this crap. You don't give a shit about us, you just want to find your justification of your bigotry. Again, playing video game. Nothing else. Just playing fucking video game. Disgusting pig dog, e-girl voice surely isn't transphobe, anti-Semite, she just wants to play the wizard game, surely. Here's some tweets that Bonicula hid. Here's this person even telling them that they did downplay harassment before, but you know, gotta hide that because someone sees that might fuck with the narrative they're trying to establish just a little bit. Bro, how annoying can you be? Fact of the matter is that she's still supporting a game full of anti-Semitism and transphobia. You're not gonna get to be an ally by continuing to support a bigoted-based media. White ho. Oh, sorry, I forgot to accentuate the crying faces. White ho. Okay, that's better. The only thing freaky is a bunch of supposed adults who actually have no life and won't give up a child's game. Just reported it for ableism. I will too. What ableism? Weaponizing cis tears for clout. Shocked. Well, not really shocked. One of the reasons I stopped watching VTubers is entirely because they have shithead validations for shitty things they do. They always double down rather than actually understand why people are upset. They're upset because she played a video game. And then tried to paint her as a transphobe because she was fed up with people bothering her. Indie VTubers are better either way. Like, what do you think Silvervale was and still kinda is, considering that she's doing whatever she wants to do? She rose up from the indie scene. Indie VTubers are better either way, mostly because they try to court an inclusive audience and don't pander to basement geek audience. Yep. And the last one. You're calling the following freaks: Jewish people, black people, trans women in particular to my knowledge. What the fuck do you mean? How did black people now get roped into this? Like, I guess you had to pile on everything to make her look as bad as possible. But yeah, we're finally done. And there's so much more of this that we don't have to look at. I'm so glad that we don't. So you can see there's no harassment, there's no setting of narratives, there's no bullying, there's no death threats, there's no death wishes, there's no gaslighting. There's nothing of that. There's no trolls. This is all a right-wing op. No one is bad. Everything is just to hold a streamer accountable for the terrible shit that she's done to marginalized people. I hope you came to the same conclusions as I did, because what else other conclusions could you hope come into with the overwhelming amount of non-evidence that I showed you? But, you know, people are gonna be telling me I'm setting narrative, even though I showed you hate comments, even though I acknowledged and showed you people being genuinely hateful to these people. But, you know, it's one side that tries to downplay the harassment of their own side of things. They always do that. They can't acknowledge that, once again, all harassment is bad, that everyone engaging in that kind of behavior should just not do it. But that goes against the narrative of trying to paint yourself as a victim, and it just doesn't work when you try to look as weak as possible so people feel bad for you, and play into the victim narrative. It's all just very tiresome, and the fact that they can use tactics like this for every single controversy, just, you know, misconstrue people's words, pile on just complete lies on them, and then just run with it, not checking anything, because checking anything just completely just makes the whole narrative fall apart. It's also so very tiresome. I have another pile of screenshots here, but I think we're gonna be ending on this soon, because they're basically the same amount of shit I already showed you. There's nothing else to add to this other than, you know, showing the same unhinged stuff over and over again. The misconstruing of her words during the stream, the downplaying of harassment, the downplaying of bullying, of gaslighting. All of that is just regurgitated endlessly, no matter what I show you. I'm only considering having a stream about this again if something new outrageous happens, like it did right now. But other than that, there's so many more fun things to look through. Maybe something a bit more positive next time. I mean, it's VTubing. There's so many disciplines to look at here. There's like, you can make tier lists. You can talk about your favorite VTubers. You can talk about your favorite drama even. Like, there's so much stuff to go through and make it semi-interesting that doesn't involve reading tweets for like 3 fucking hours to make a point to people. Let me turn this off. And let me take a drink. And during that time, I'll catch up with the chat, see what you guys have been talking about. Because I've been neglectful trying to go through all of this in record time. Which hasn't been too bad. Normally, this would have been much worse. But it wasn't. So let me get my drink real quick. Okay, got my drink, reading your chats as much as I can of it, because not all of it is gonna show up. No, scroll up all the way up. This PNG tuber is more VTuber than 90% of VTweeters, yeah. I don't even consider myself a VTuber. I'm just a guy that streams stupid shit. I squeeze this in and replace my gaming time with streaming people with things that make people angry. But streaming is kind of addictive. I have to agree with that. Oh, what some people were saying here. It's fun just to stream and see what other people are talking about at the same time. Wizarding World makes more money than Hogwarts Legacy. Sheesh. Yeah. There's so many other Harry Potter properties that are protestable, let's call them that. But they went after this game because this is the current thing. It's easier to go after the current thing and demonize the people that are within your arm's reach, instead of going after something much bigger that offers more profits to the person that they hate. Comparing an old British woman to a brutal dictator. Yeah, that comparison to Hitler was out of left field. Seriously, person should be ashamed. Painter Man bad. Wizard game bad. Painter Man equals wizard game. I see people shit talking fruit. They should probably create content instead of making threads on Twitter. I don't know. To me, at least, pressing go live is kind of much easier than making a whole ass Twitter thread. Sure, talking about things for an extended period of time requires more effort, more mental power for what I'm doing, but regurgitating the same opinion of an outrage mob endlessly on Twitter is brainless work. They should have boycotted the game if they felt that bad about it, and boycott other stuff by JK and transphobes, but they are still using Twitter, lol. Well, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't expect people like this to have solid principles, because those principles break extremely easily, especially when it comes to boycotts and stuff, especially when it comes to supporting things that others would deem harmful. And you know, they would easily support something that has more of a harmful footprint than anything that J.K. Rowling does. But again, this is not their target. This is much easier for them to do. I do really hope people that look way too deeply into things like color schemes. It's not always that deep. I mean, they kind of look just only on the surface level of this thing. They see colors and they make an association with the transgender flag, and that's it. That's the only justification they need. But you know, any other person might just think it's a pink and blue color scheme, nothing more than that. It's not a statement of any kind. I'm getting death threats, so I'm going to issue one. Lol common. Yeah, that's what they do. If one person playing a game makes you graduate, go ahead and graduate. Like, you know, I don't want to downplay their own harassment, because sometimes that's not fair. Sometimes these people do get harassed, but when I see your profile and like your streamer profile, like on your Twitch, your YouTube, and I see that you don't have anything on it, like completely nil, no streams, or you last streamed like 7 months ago, something like that, or you have really long breaks between streams, especially if you have like VODs on YouTube. And this one event that's not even related to you, even though you think it is, makes you quit, then maybe you were meant to quit. Not that your harassment is right, but still. So many VTubers with blue check marks criticizing Silvervale over trans issues, self-awareness non-existent. Yep. I mean, that whole ass wall of text was sponsored by the blue check mark. It doesn't matter. You don't have to check what the person currently owning Twitter, what opinions they have. You gave him money. But you should gladly shit on a person giving another person money for something else that you also consider harmful. But it's okay when you do it, because you're doing it as Twitter is an essential tool for communication and participating in society nowadays. Like, brother, the only thing you need to do as a human to exist is to wake up in the morning, get nourishment, no matter how you do it, seek out more nourishment, go to work if you need to survive, go back, drink water, and then sleep. All you need to survive in society is to eat and sleep. And how you reach that in today's modern society probably won't require Twitter for that, unless you made your whole life about fucking Twitter. But how many people do actually earn their keep on fucking Twitter, other than, you know, actual artists that use it to advertise their own shit? But normally you don't fucking need Twitter to participate in fucking society. Get real. I'd like to let these people loose into a forest without any technology, see how long they would survive. Can participate in society together in the woods as you try to run away from bears and boars. Color obsessed, yes they are. These people need to get off Twitter. Everyone needs to get off Twitter because Twitter is just cancerous. Again, I'd like to repeat this point. Twitter is only good if you like customize your own feed to your own needs. So you block a lot of words. You mute them. You mute people that you don't like, you block people that you don't like, you don't follow the trends that don't interest you, and you follow the people that actually do interest you, especially artists. If you follow a lot of artists, if you like and retweet a lot of art, you're gonna get a whole feed of your favorite art like every single morning when you wake up to it. It's the only thing that Twitter is really good for, art and specific announcements for like video game accounts or something similar. Before Hogwarts, the same people claimed Cyberpunk was going to cause a wave of violence, and before that was a Joker movie. They can only cry wolf so many times. Well, they can cry wolf endlessly from what you see here. It's always something else that they can complain about. I mean, Cyberpunk was called transphobic too because they had like I haven't played Cyberpunk, so I don't recall what exactly that was, but I think it was a poster with like a trans, like an intersex person there, and they were like they had like a penis implant, I think, something of that sort, and I think some people complained that was transphobic for whatever fucking reason, and that it was fetishizing transgenderism. Like, Cyberpunk doesn't fucking do that. Like, Cyberpunk fucking fetishizes a lot of bodily modifications on its own. It's like inherent to the genre. Yeah, I even own Cyberpunk, but I don't really have time for video games now, but eventually I'll play it. It's been waiting there. I have so many things I want to do, and no time to actually do it. And speaking of having no time, we should slowly start ending this stream because it went on for 3 hours already. So once again, as is traditional, I don't know when the next stream is gonna be. I have many ideas that run through my head. Hopefully not about anything Hogwarts Legacy related, because this thing is actually starting to get on my nerves. And reading tweets is not something I want to do forever. I want to have some variety to these streams, as prepared as I want to be. Reading tweets for 3 whole hours is not my idea of fun, even though I can discuss some stuff along with it. But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, this topic needs to be put down like a rabid dog. Hopefully VTubers realize this too, because there's not much clout you can squeeze out of it anymore. I mean, Silvervale has made her point. Everyone else has made their point. Everyone is bunkering down, saying how evil Silvervale is and how welcome their own communities are, and how uwu and safe space everything else is. I tell you one thing before I end this. Anyone telling you that they have a safe space and that you're safe with them is probably lying to you. And if they aren't lying to you, the safe space they do actually make, quote unquote safe space, is going to be invaded with people that want to abuse others, because safe spaces attract people that are naive and are easy to manipulate, people that believe anything. And most of the drama that deals with people being abused, especially in like sexual ways, comes from these fucking safe spaces. So anyone tells you that you're safe with them, you probably aren't, for a variety of reasons. So stay guarded. Don't believe bullshit like that. You might think this is a generalization, but this is more like an observation from me. I've seen this shit happen for like over a decade now, and it's always been from these places. I'd sooner feel safer with an asshole that tells me that they're an asshole than like a safe space person that's all about good vibes and comfy feelings. So no thank you. I don't want any of that around me. Yeah. I hope you guys didn't get too much brain rot from this. I kind of get used to this already. Even my voice isn't so hoarse anymore. So let's just end it at this point. And make sure to stay off Twitter. Make sure to stay hydrated, because that's what you need to do to stay alive. And be good to one another, like genuinely, not in the way VTweeters tell you to do it. You can just treat others the way you want others treated, and it's all gonna be good. I'll play you off with a nice copyright claimed song, and I'll see you guys on the next one, hopefully. Till then.